2.
Good morning and welcome to Headlines on 2. I'm Dave Clark, and we are following breaking news in Berkeley. That's where a fire broke out inside of a building. Now, you can see the flames from one of our cameras in Emeryville, as well as a ladder truck spraying water down onto the fire. The fire started about 3 o'clock this morning along Hines Avenue. You could see the fire as you drive through Berkeley on Interstate 580. We're trying to bring you more information about this fire, and we have a KTVU crew heading to that scene. We'll bring you the latest as soon as we get it into our newsroom. We're also closely monitoring the traffic impact of a big rig crash in Castro Valley. The CHP reports a big rig hauling trailers jackknifed on Highway 238 just before 2:30 this morning, blocking all lanes. Now, a SIG alert was issued. Traffic has been diverted to Interstate 580. Fire officials are investigating a series of suspicious fires in the Santa Cruz Mountains. 4 fires broke out in the area between July 15th and July 26th. The incidents have raised concerns for people in that community. A large group of neighbors packed a community meeting last night. Many of them believe all 4 fires were the work of an arsonist.
There's no question at all, because there have been 4 fires within 10 days, and all in the same area. All starting right around my house. Do you know how hard it is to get fire insurance these days?
Now, fire investigators haven't determined yet whether an arsonist is responsible for the fires, but they say determining the cause of these fires is a high priority. Containment growing now on the devastating park fire north of Chico. CAL FIRE says it's now 18% contained. That's up from 14% this afternoon. Earlier, it has burned more than 386,000 acres. 277 structures have been destroyed. 29 are damaged. The Butte County Sheriff's Office lifted some of the evacuation warnings near Chico yesterday as the fire crews are making progress on the western half of the fire. The CAL FIRE said they're seeing increased fire activity in the north.
Tehama County, we end up having a significant amount of spot fires that took place. We had resources and crews available, as well as aircraft that were attacking those numerous spot fires. A lot of that area, the fire line was still in rugged and inaccessible terrain to make it very difficult for us to be able to put direct line onto that fire.
More than 5,700 fire personnel are fighting the flames, along with 40 helicopters, 180 dozers, and 519 fire engines. Now to a developing story in the Middle East. Overnight, Hamas announced that the group's top political leader was killed in Iran. Both Hamas and Iranian officials are saying Ismail Haniyeh was assassinated in Tehran and blame Israel for the attack. Hamas says he was targeted in an airstrike after attending the inauguration of Iran's new president. Now, this comes just hours after an Israeli strike in Lebanon killed a top Hezbollah commander.
Everyone is really just waiting with bated breath to see how the Iranians and their axis of resistance with Hezbollah and with Hamas reacts.
Israel's military hasn't commented on the death of the Hamas leader. Hamas's military wing says there will be major repercussions for that attack. And Iran's supreme leader says it's his duty to avenge the killing. Neighbors in Oakland calling for the city to do more to protect senior citizens. Residents of a senior housing community held a rally demanding change after a series of robberies and attacks on elderly women of Asian descent. There's been more than a dozen attacks targeting people from the same senior living community just over the past month. Oakland Chinatown leader Carl Chan was at a rally saying they need shuttles, chaperones, and a beefed-up law enforcement presence.
Seniors scared to go out. They stop all their activities. They scared to go shopping, grocery, walk around this area.
Not only are they just grabbing and kicking them, but now they're using guns to also intimidate and make sure they get what they want.
Now, Oakland Deputy Police Chief Frederick Chavey says several suspects have been arrested, but other robbery crews are still out there. He says the police have stepped up their patrols. Meta has agreed to pay $1.4 billion to settle a lawsuit with the state of Texas over its facial recognition software. Attorney General Ken Paxton filed that suit in 2022, alleging that Meta used biometric data from users without their permission through a feature called Tag Suggestions. The feature, which was introduced in 2011, ran facial recognition software on photos uploaded to the platform without the user's consent.
Sort of puts them on notice of, what they can do with personal data that they own. And I think it really shines a light to the consumer, to the average person, of be careful what you're sharing online.
Now, the Texas Attorney General claims this is the largest settlement ever obtained by a single state. San Francisco supervisors passed an ordinance banning price fixing on rental units. It comes in response to investigations of large management companies using software to manipulate rental prices. The ordinance bans both the sale and use of software that sets rental prices using data from many rental companies. It allows local enforcement by the city or by tenants who've been harmed.